Well, I got to get out of the way that I am on the left, even sometimes the radical left. That said, I do appreciate the Rambo films on their own. I grew up with them, and they always have held a special place in my heart. And I, like many people in the 80s, saw the sequel before I saw First Blood, and it was a little confusing. So, it seems The Last Blood is not the last Rambo. Rambo will be returning in a prequel. This is a rumor, but Noah of Black Adam may be playing John Rambo in a prequel, presumably set in Vietnam. What do I think about this? Well, I am just going to first mock John Campea, who was like, first, he was like, I'm lukewarm, I'm open, guys. But then he heard the director named, who will maybe not stick around, we don't know. Oh, they're doing oh, Nelly. Oh, yes. Oh, give me back my Rambo. Let's hear him squeal like a pig, like being an idiot about the possibility of Rambo returning to kill stuff.
Playing Superman. I'm open to the idea of anybody else coming to play whatever role. I have never fathomed the idea of somebody other than Sylvester Stallone playing John Rambo. Never even considered the thought. And yet, here we are. Look, when most people today think of Rambo, and it's understandable, they will just think of, remember Weird Al Yankovic and UHF doing his Rambo parody?
Yes.
Like that's kind of what we think of, right? Just the going in, guns blazing, killing all the bad guys sort of thing. A lot of people forget Rambo started with First Blood.
Yeah, a real movie.
A real, as Martin Scorsese would say, cinema.
It was a drama.
Well, I've made clear on this channel I do want to work in Hollywood, but I mean, I gotta say, listen, I don't follow a lot of these trends like, oh, there's no movie stars, the woke, everything's dead, and Hollywood, people who don't really study Hollywood don't know the numbers. It's like, just, you don't know what you're talking about. However, there's a thing going around that creativity is dead, and I really am open to a lot of these reboots, remakes. I think some of them have actually been very excellent. And, those that were not were, whatever, at least they were interesting attempts. Matrix Resurrections, Ghostbusters, Afterlife, you go through the list. Some of them are like, okay, more or less good or bad, but some of them have worked. However, this is really ridiculous, right? And again, I want to try to get the politics. I want to try to get the politics out of the way. It's hard to discuss Rambo without the politics. The guy's a Vietnam vet who goes on a rampage, so you can't get out of that. And that is part of the problem. Like, Rambo is a Vietnam vet. Sylvester Stallone is like 100 years old. This is getting insane. Who is he going to fight next? Like aging Nazis in a retirement home? It's just, there's no more, right? I mean, the story didn't go further, even with part 2. Part 1 was an interesting, very interesting drama, and in certain ways, actually anti-war. It was a very interesting, puzzling film. It wasn't liberal. It's not this radical socialist film, but it was critical of the war. So it's a very weird, strange, kind of Nietzschean film. But after that, I mean, Rambo's just a cartoon. I mean, really, he just finds people, kills. Part 3, finds people, kills. Part 4, and I want to give Part 4 a chance. I have not seen it officially. Find people, kill. And then the last racist blood thing. I mean, that thing was over the top racist. And again, I am Hispanic. I'm not talking here like, oh, it was, it is demonizing Latino men. That isn't even the issue. It's just, this was just boring. It was just stupid. I mean, this is just becoming a Where's Waldo thing, right? It's like, oh, okay, at least part 2, it's like, okay, I can kind of see him returning to Vietnam. Again, putting aside the politics, is this neo-fascist fantasy where the murderers, right? Remember, Americans killed 3 million Vietnamese, but somehow they're the victims. Anyway, we'll put that aside. So Rambo gets his revenge. Part 2, okay, fine. John Kreese from Karate Kid shows up for whatever reason, and there's that great spectacular scene. He goes, "Rah!" and destroys computers, because Rambo no like computers. But after that, it's like he just goes to a certain locale and just shoots stuff. Afghanistan, then Burma, then Mexico. But technically he's in the US. And I love how Last Blood, geography doesn't mean anything, doesn't make sense. People just go back and forth with the border. Like, huge notorious drug dealers can just pass through the border. They're not going to get stopped. They're like, we are going to have revenge on Rambo. You can't stop us. And Rambo's like, you come to me. I'll put you in my maze of death. And they play the Doors music. And I was just like, This is getting absurd. Like, what's next? He's going to go to Mars? Antarctica, Greenland, Russia. This is not like Predator or Alien, right? Yes, we have a very basic mythology. This thing kills. But, I don't know. Rambo had some interesting thoughts. The first film was First Blood. And they kind of took it in this weird neo-Nazi direction with part two. But whatever. That was a vision. It was a particularly evil, disgusting vision. But whatever. They did their film. There's really no more story. I think we can do things with Rambo, the character, in comics and a few other formats. But in terms of the films, it's like Sylvester played the role. He played the definitive version. They just got steadily more crazy and stupid. And there's really not much here. It's not like Rocky. Rocky is ironically way more deep. There's so much we don't know we could still explore about Clubber, right? Drago. There's a lot there. Apollo. And again, that's pretty thin too. I mean, Rock is just boxer guy, underdog. I mean, there's not much there. But you can do things. But with Rambo, in principle, yeah. I mean, okay, a prequel sounds like a good idea. Maybe a miracle will happen. They have an insanely good script. We're going to get a good character study. We'll put aside the politics. Again, the murderer's imperialist aggressor is the victim. Okay, whatever. Putting aside the politics, which I'm trying to do here. But, then what? We're going to go back to part one. It's like, there's not much here, right? And I'm not even going to get to spoilers with the novel. I didn't read the novel, but I know certain things that happen. It's like the films don't work the way people think they do. They were really forced on us, and which is fine. They were very popular for their time. But, like, Rambo's not a character they've done much to evolve. He just is one note, and they played that note in the first film. That is about it. There's not much here. Again, I'm trying to put aside the politics, but Sylvester Stallone is also a very political guy. He's a very outright Republican. So these films are just for a very small audience. If you're a hardcore fascist, again, I'm not getting political. I'm just saying, seriously, if you're a hardcore, crazed fascist, these films will work after part one. Besides that audience, you'll be like, this is tiresome, bleak, racist drivel. I mean, like, and again, Sylvester is an intelligent guy, and he even co-wrote, I think, Last Blood, but there's like nothing there. They're just so thin. It's like, oh, he adopted a daughter. He gets revenge for the daughter being hurt by the cartel. It's like, there's no there. There's no reason for him to do these things. We set up a location. He's nearby. Oh, bad guys nearby. Kill bad guys. And he's Rambo. He can't die. So it's like, and these, again, I'm not going to do a full review of Last Blood, but those villains were pathetic. They were just pathetic. I mean, they were vicious. They were believable. They're good actors, but really, they're not even good antagonists, right? I mean, at least part three, okay, you kind of felt like, oh, he's kind of in danger. They might hurt him. But it's like, no, he's Rambo. Like, I can't think of like a single strong villain he's faced, right? They have names, they're characters, the acting was good, but really, it's like, they're pointless. They just might as well be Mr. XYZ. They just don't do anything with this character. After part one, where he faces, ironically, that very vicious racist cop, right? Very, very interesting. After that weird kind of fascist versus fascist fight in the first film, very interesting drama, they're not going anywhere with this character. So it's like, so as a Rambo fan, I am a fan of Rambo. I do like the films. I admire them despite the politics, put aside the fascism. I admire them for what they are, but still, after part three, it's like, there's not much left here. But I will give part four a chance. A lot of people say part four is really good. I've seen little bits and pieces of it, and it just seems like the same old thing. Rambo just finds villains, line them up, and he just starts going to work, and they can't stop him because, he's Superman. So it's like, these things, there's no point, at least with Rambo. And I don't like what they did with the Rocky, keep expanding mythology. They're going a little too far, but there's something there. You can do things with Clubber. You can do things with even Tommy or Drago, Apollo. Again, you can do more. I don't like what they did, but you can do more with those characters. But like Rambo, I mean, all we have is Rambo and that father figure army guy. I forget his name. Was it Troutman? Like, anyway, that guy. That's it. It's just him and Rambo, and they just go around the world, and stuff just gets destroyed. They're fun. There's a kind of poetry to it. There's a weird fascist poetry to the whole thing. But really, what are we gonna do? Is he just gonna keep fighting bigger like helicopters? Just gonna keep throwing more bows and arrows? Like, what's he gonna do next? Fight like a massive AI robot dinosaur? Take it down with a bow and arrow? I mean, there's no point here. But again, maybe a miracle will happen. I don't hate this actor. But I don't see Noah as Rambo. I don't see him as Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester's just way too old to do the role anymore. The last one was racist garbage. I mean, there's just nothing here. Could they, yes, come back and revisit the myth, start all over, do something good? Maybe they could. They could, but they just keep going back to the same old thing. He's Super Rambo. He destroys stuff and teach the bad guys a lesson and have some vague right-wing message like me good masculinity. This is just very plain, simple stuff. So if you are a Rambo fan, we already have a trilogy. The trilogy is solid. It's stupid, but whatever. They didn't want to go beyond the first film, really. So it's whatever. They cashed it out. And, I don't really hate Sylvester for doing it, but really, it's like, there's nothing here. And Campea's like, oh, I'm so ready. I'm so excited. Well, yeah, you're a shill. You're a movie shill. You make money from the movie industry, of course. Oh, yeah, do it. It's like, but as a Rambo fan, I'm not interested. I mean, in principle, in theory, can they do something great? Yeah, maybe. I'll keep you guys updated, but at this moment, it's a hard no. It's a hard no. I mean, this thing has gone way beyond belief. It's like, we already have 5 films. Like, what more do we want from Rambo? I mean, in Last Blood was so insane because Sylvester he keeps in shape, but he was just so old. The whole attraction here is he looks like super muscular, young, fit guy, but now it's like, he's just super old. He can't even show off his muscularity. So it's like, there's no point here anymore. It's just, we've tapped out. We done tapped out. Maybe they have a miracle script, miracle vision idea, but I don't think so. So I'm going to say no to Noah. And there we are. Rambo is returning. He's coming. He's coming back.